What's up, everybody? It is Sheridan Gates here, one half of New Roots. And I was sitting down to write my monthly blog, and I realized, you know what, it's the end of the year. It might be nice to just have a conversation with y'all. So here I am coming at you from my home office with Deacon. He's very interested, clearly, in what I have to say. But anyway, I wanted to just go through a couple tips and tricks for setting yourself up for success in 2023. Holy crap, this year went so fast. And as artists and musicians, we are always thinking forward. Always, right? Like, what can I do? I want to play that venue. I want to reach more people. I want to do this. And all of that is great. But I want to encourage you, first thing is to just stop and pause and grab that journal and write down a list of, let's say, 25 things that you have done this past year that you're really proud of. It can be music and non-music related, but just write down every one of your wins, no matter how big or small, and put them up on your mirror. So every morning you see that list of accomplishments, and it can kind of give you that boost that you need to get you through another day. Because let's be real, there's lots of days where I feel stuck, or I'm not sure how to move forward, or I'm feeling insecure. And I'll just go back and look at that list and be like, you know what? I've done that, and I can do even more. So that's the one thing, first thing I would say to really set yourself up for a really prosperous new year. Second thing I would say is something that I know y'all do anyway in January, but set goals for the year and break it up into 6-month goals and 12-month goals. And make these goals interwoven with personal and music goals. And here's why. As musicians and artists, we tend to get really focused on, this is the only thing I have to focus on, is my songwriting and getting more fans and playing a bigger venue and so on. So, but we forget that we're actual human beings, right? Like, what a concept. And if you, for instance, if you have goals of having a family or traveling or whatever it may be for you, that is so important. And that's going to be what sustains a long music career if you're fulfilled in your personal life. So making sure you're setting goals that are interwoven between personal and professional is going to set you up for long-term success. Number 3 for what you can do to set yourself up is write down all the people that you know, your contacts. Many times when we write down goals, we get stuck there and we think, oh gosh, how the heck am I ever going to attain these goals? I don't know anybody. I don't even know what steps to take. Well, it is amazing what your brain will come up with when you take the time to really write down all the people that are in your network. I promise you know more people than you think. It just takes some intentional thinking and really thinking outside the box, not just your immediate circle, but think about friends of friends, or think about your great aunt Sally and her company, think about your dad's coworker or somebody at what industry he's in. Is there, a need for entertainment at any of these corporate events? And the more people that you start adding to your list, your brain is going to start coming up with creative ways that you can connect with these people. And chances are, if you just reach out and grab coffee or start a conversation, those people more than likely are going to introduce you to 2, 3, 4 other people. And it is a game you got to play in this industry, is just networking, and you just never know where it's going to lead. So write down a list of everybody that you know and keep it in a Google spreadsheet so that you can keep adding to it. Add notes about the people that you meet with. And it's just going to be a great way for you to really keep up with your business as you move forward. And last but not least, I encourage you all to just take a minute and check in with who you are and your brand that you want to put out into the world. A lot can change and evolve in the course of a year. So at the top of every year, take a moment and really go back and ask yourself, why am I making music? Who do I want my music to reach? And this is where you can get really, really, really specific. Like, picture one ideal fan that you have and get really deep into, what do they believe in? What kind of clothes do they wear? Who do they hang out with? What's their favorite food? Like, really imagine who they are on a granular level. And that will then inform all of your marketing and how you communicate with people, you know, the types of markets that you can target when you're looking at venues to play, all that sorts of stuff. So this is a great time to really connect with why you're making music, who you're making music for, and also check back in on what you've been doing the last year and maybe find some habits that are working really well and some habits that are not working well, where you kind of feel like you're fighting against the grain. And check in with those habits and come up with some ways that maybe you can work harder, work smarter, not harder, you know? Like, this is a long game, right? So if there are some things that you're doing, like say you're fighting social media and every time you pull out your phone, you're like dreading trying to post, well, let's try and change that mindset. And in the great words of my business coach, Lindsay Kirkendall, you know, she said, have gratitude towards social media. Because what a gift that these phones are. They allow us to reach people all around the world. So if we can approach social media with a place of gratitude and just using it as a tool to connect, I think as it was originally intended for, then maybe we won't fight that posting and content creation process as much. So that's just one example, but take this time to kind of reevaluate and make sure that you are really representing your true, authentic self, and as many parts of yourself as you're willing to share, because every single one of those points of interest and hobbies that you have are all going to be more connection points with more fans. So I hope that was helpful. Those are 4 really, really important things that you can do to set yourself up for a prosperous year ahead and years ahead. And even though we're heading into holiday break, these are some things that you can do on your own, even though the industry is kind of quiet. So please don't hesitate to reach out with any and all questions. If you have some comments on these videos, please drop them below. But I hope that you all enjoy this holiday season and just take the time to celebrate yourself, be with family and friends, take some time to relax, and have a wonderful and happy new year.